Good afternoon, everyone. It's Saturday, January 27th. You're watching Esports Go here on Challenge TV. I'm your host, Justin Gillerman. In our matchup of the day, the LA Gladiators look to bounce back from a tough loss as they go up against the Houston Outlaws team finding their stride at the right time. Will the Gladiators get back on track, or will Jake and the Outlaws continue their rise to the top? Gladiators, Outlaws. Here we go. The Outlaws start strong on Anumis, limiting the Gladiators' ability to even take point A. The Gladiators try for one last time, but Jake tosses a mine into the Dragon Blading Genji. His Riptide takes care of the rest. The Outlaws have set up a very easy offense thanks to their defense. It only takes one push and 30 seconds, and the Outlaws take the victory. They're up 2 maps going into halftime. The Gladiators in a must-win situation. They're going to need to reverse sweep the Outlaws for a win today. Round 1 on Ilios is not great. Jake and the Outlaws are able to keep them out for the victory. Round 2 is not much different. The Outlaws reach overtime quickly, and Linkser ensures they keep the point by taking out the Diva, chasing the Winston, and redirecting the Widowmaker snipe back into their own face. The Outlaws win map 3 and 4 on Dorado, getting a 4-0 sweep over the Gladiators. Now, all the talk coming into this game was, could the Gladiators prove to the rest of the league they belong as one of the top-tier teams? We knew Houston was riding high and were going to come out fast, and on that first map on Numbani, the Gladiators did well, pushing it to extra rounds, but once the Outlaws got that win, they were able to gain some traction and figure out this Gladiators team. LA did show some pretty solid defensive moments, and if you look at the scores, they were all low scoring, so it wasn't like Houston was blowing them away, but good teams find ways to win, even if it's ugly, and the Outlaws did that. Now they move on to a juicy matchup with the Dynasty. Now in the first matchup of the day, we saw the 1-5 Fuel against the team that's gaining steam, the Boston Uprising. Will the Uprising get another big win, or will the Fuel prove the naysayers wrong and continue their ascent up the standings? Let's take a look and head to the highlights. We start on map 3, Ilios, where the teams are at 1 map apiece. The Uprising secure the first round 100-0. The Fuel come close to taking it, but Striker zooms around the point, slowly taking out the Fuel until reinforcements come. In round 2, Mickey goes ham, landing great hooks and shots on Uprising supports to take the win in the pit. Round 3, all tied up at 99-99, Dreamcatcher hops around all over the Fuel to slowly whittle them down. They can't stop him from moving. The Uprising go on to win the map, but the Fuel win map 4. We're headed to Lijiang Tower. Round 1 is close by. The Uprising are able to secure the point thanks to Striker's Tracer constant movement. Round 2, the Fuel get the point first, but the Uprising maintain it the rest of the round. Dreamcatcher pulls off an incredible flank, taking out the Mercy before they knew what hit them. A hammer down from Gamsu incapacitates the Fuel, and the Uprising are able to wipe out the whole team. The Uprising win map 5, taking a 3-2 victory over the Fuel. So now this game turned into a very entertaining go-around. Dallas came out the gates fast, a little more aggressive than we've seen them in the first 2 weeks of the season. They got that 6-4 win on Numbani, but the Uprising bounced back on the next 2 maps. Custer really playing a strong support, allowing Effect to do what he does best, and that is put the foot on the gas and make things happen. I will say that Dallas may have found something with this aggressive approach. I just believe Boston is playing with a lot of confidence and momentum right now, and I think that's what ultimately got them that victory. Now, coming off a big win against their inner-city rivals, the Valiant look to continue their strong start against a Florida Mayhem team still looking to find their footing here in Stage 1 of the Overwatch League. We start on Eichenwald. The Valiant secure a point quickly thanks to well-placed rockets from Agilities, who peppers down the Mayhem. A few moments later, he rains down a barrage that clears out the Mayhem. This sets up the Valiant excellently for the rest of the match. They never have to take their foot off the accelerator. This map is not all Agilities, though. Soon shows up as he's also here by dropping down a pulse bomb into the clumped up Mayhem. The Stragglers are taken out, and the Valiant are able to set a high bar for the Mayhem. The Mayhem's push is not successful. They make it 3 meters short, but coming in close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, am I right? Not Overwatch. The Valiant take map 1, 2, and 3. The Mayhem are able to squeak in a win on map 4, but the Valiant take the 3-1 victory over the Mayhem. Now, the beginning of this game was fairly entertaining start. The Valiant got 3 checkpoints, and the Mayhem kept pushing and pushing for their 3rd checkpoint, but the stingy defense from the Valiant held them. And from there, it was fairly easy rest of the day for the Valiant. They were able to find their way past the Mayhem, whether it was using high grounds, straight dives, etc., etc. Whatever they did, the Mayhem had no answer for that, and the Valiant train keeps on rolling. As every time we end our highlights, we have our heroes and our zeros. My hero of the day is Jake of the Houston Outlaws. Jake played impressively as Junkrat against the Gladiators. His mines and Riptires helped keep their winning streak alive. Now my 0 for today has to be the Gladiators. In a key matchup for this week to prove their place in the league, they didn't even take a single map. Hopefully they can learn from their 2 losses and bounce back next week. All right, let's take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more on Esports Go. Welcome back to Esports Go. Now, Electronic Arts and the NFL are teaming up with ESPN and Disney XD to air the Madden 18 Championship Series. This will be ESPN's first ever long-term, multi-event competitive gaming agreement. This agreement will also see the creation of the Madden Ultimate League, a league first of its kind that will see 16 of the best Madden players compete in one-on-one competition running from February 2nd all the way to the draft on April 28th. Todd Citron, who is the Senior VP and GM of the competitive gaming division of EA, said in a statement, "The Madden NFL Ultimate League is purposely designed to make superstars of our best players, allowing viewers to develop player loyalties and follow competitor rivalries." Citron then continues to go on to say, "Through this collaboration with ESPN and Disney XD, we'll provide ongoing coverage for fans worldwide across a variety of ESPN and Disney platforms, but also digitally through our own Madden streaming and social channels. Between the Super Bowl and the NFL Draft, there will be 12 one-hour episodes every Thursday, while a show giving behind-the-scenes look of these players will air every Tuesday until May 1st. You can find all this content exclusively on Disney XD and the ESPN app." Now, rumors have been circulating that SK Gaming CSGO roster will be moving to a new organization by the end of the year. It has been confirmed that the players are looking for a new team when their contract expires. The only question that remains is where. Rumors have been circulating that they will be picked up by Immortals. Immortals previously had CSGO roster, but that team was slowly dissolved in September of 2017 after player KNG was removed from the team due to comments made over Twitter. The acquisition of the team that is considered the best team in CSGO right now would be a great way to re-enter the CSGO esports scene. Now, I hope you have enough monitors to check out all these matches tomorrow. We'll see you in a second after the break and have some more on them. Welcome back to the Go. Now, this week has had some of the most exciting matchups this season, and next week we have some intriguing matchups as well. The first matchup we'll take a look at for next week is a matchup of 2 5-1 teams who will reside in the top 3 of our power rankings next week. The Dynasty got their first loss in their last game and looked to bounce back against a Spitfire team who also suffered their first loss this week. The key matchups I'm looking at is who will get the upper hand in the Fleta versus Birdring matchup, and then who will have a better supporting cast in this game. Whoever can provide depth past their main DPSs will win this match. In our second matchup to watch, it's another grueling match for the Seoul Dynasty as they take on the suddenly surging Houston Outlaws. I see this matchup as a prove-it-to-me matchup for both teams. On one hand, we have the Dynasty, who lost the XL and will have faced the Spitfire, so they're a team that can compete and beat the top teams, or are they a team that can only feast on their weaker opponents? On the other hand, Houston's playing out of their minds lately, and the confidence of their star Jake is back, so for the Outlaws, a win here could prove to the league that they are right where they're supposed to be at the top of the standings. And our last matchup to watch is an East Coast versus West Coast battle. The LA Valiant are coming off a strong Week 3 where we saw them defeat their city rivals, the Gladiators, and now they go up against a Fusion team coming off wins against the Dragons and the XL. How can the Fusion stop the Genji of Agilities, and can the Valiant contain the McCree and Genji play of Carpe? We know they both won't get totally shut down, but whoever contains them the best will win this game in my opinion. Thanks so much for joining us on the Go this evening. What a great weekend of gaming we have and we have next week. Make sure you tune into Esports Go updates Monday to see the results of the weekend esports events. Check out our website, follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Check us out on our YouTube page for all your videos. I'll see you next week. I'm Justin Gillerman.